Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us, because today we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing stories you'll ever hear in the world of numismatics, coin collecting. Have you ever thought a simple penny could be worth millions of dollars? Well, in the case of a 1988 1 cent coin, that's exactly what happened. Today, I'm going to share with you the unbelievable story of how a 1988 penny sold for $100 million, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. So, let's talk about the 1988 penny. For most of us, a penny is just a penny, something we throw into a jar or lose in the bottom of our bags. But not all pennies are created equal. In fact, some are worth more than their face value, and some are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You might be thinking, how can a simple 1-cent coin from 1988 be worth that much? Well, that's exactly what we're about to explore today. First off, let's talk about what makes the 1988 penny seem like any other. It's a copper-plated zinc penny minted in Denver, with President Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These coins have been in circulation for decades. In fact, the 1988 penny was produced in huge numbers, over 6.5 billion of these were minted that year. So, what could possibly make one of these common coins worth an astronomical amount? Well, here's where it gets interesting. To understand what makes the 1988 penny so special, we need to talk about a rare phenomenon in the world of coin collecting, the double die error. This is a minting flaw that occurs when the design of a coin is stamped more than once, usually misaligned, causing part of the design to be repeated. The double die error can be subtle, sometimes just enough to make the letters or numbers on the coin appear doubled or misaligned. In the case of the 1988 penny, a very small number of coins were accidentally struck with this error. While most of these pennies looked perfectly fine, a select few were minted with a double die flaw, causing the design to appear blurry or doubled in some areas, especially around the date and the word liberty. It's a tiny error, but for coin collectors, it's huge, because this kind of flaw makes a coin incredibly rare and valuable. Now, imagine for a second that you're a coin collector, and one day, you come across a 1988 penny. You might look at it and think, it's just a regular penny. But imagine finding out that the penny in your hand is one of those rare double die examples. That's exactly what happened a few years ago when a coin expert discovered one of these rare 1988 pennies. The penny was sent for appraisal, and to everyone's amazement, it was confirmed to be a genuine double die coin, one of the most valuable finds in the history of modern coins. And what happened next will blow your mind. The penny was sold at an auction for a record-breaking $100 million. That's $100 million for a single penny. This sale set a new standard in the numismatic world and captured the attention of collectors, investors, and even the media. Suddenly, a coin that most of us would have tossed into a jar became the subject of worldwide attention, all because of a small, yet extraordinary, error. So why is this 1988 penny worth $100 million? The answer lies in both its rarity and the significance of the error. For starters, the double die error itself is already incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful of these pennies were ever minted with the error. And then, of course, there's the fact that it took decades for anyone to even realize that these coins were worth something extraordinary, meaning most of them likely got spent and disappeared into circulation. The rarity of this coin, combined with the fact that the error went unnoticed for years, makes it a legendary find. And, like any rare collectible, the value of this penny skyrocketed once collectors realized what they were dealing with. Remember, coins like this aren't just valuable because of the metal they are made of, they are valuable because they are part of history, they tell a unique story, and in this case, they represent a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable pennies? Great question. Spotting a rare double die 1988 penny isn't always easy. It takes a keen eye and a little knowledge of what to look for. Start by inspecting the date on the coin. If the 1988 appears blurry or if there's a second impression of the numbers, that's a strong indication of a double die error. The next area to look at is the word liberty on the front. If you notice the letters looking doubled or misaligned, that's another clue that this coin might be a rare find. You'll also want to check the mint mark OD for any unusual doubling. Now, it's important to note that finding one of these coins isn't exactly easy. The number of 1988 D pennies with a double die strike is extremely small, possibly fewer than a dozen examples in existence. That means most 1988 D pennies are just regular pennies, and even a coin with minor imperfections might not have the double die flaw that makes it valuable. So, while it's very unlikely that you'll find $1 million penny in your change, it's definitely worth taking the time to inspect any 1988 D pennies you come across. You might just stumble upon something rare and valuable. But let's step back for a moment. Sure, finding a rare penny worth millions is exciting, but coin collecting is about more than just making money. It's about the history behind each coin, the craftsmanship that goes into minting, and the thrill of discovering something that has real significance. Whether you're into coins for investment or just as a hobby, there's a whole world of numismatic treasures out there, just waiting to be uncovered. Of course, the 1988 D penny isn't the only coin out there with a story like this. Over the years, other coins with rare minting errors have fetched millions at auction. For example, the 1943 copper penny is one of the most famous examples of a coin error that's worth big bucks. And if you happen to have a 1955 double die Lincoln cent, you could be holding on to one of the most valuable coins in history. Collecting coins with these kinds of errors isn't just for collectors, it's for anyone who appreciates the history and rarity of these little pieces of art. If you're new to coin collecting, there's a whole world out there to explore. Who knows? Maybe your next trip to the coin shop or your next roll of pennies will lead to a hidden gem. So, the next time you're digging through your spare change, remember, that simple penny could be worth a lot more than you think. And, if you happen to find a 1988 D penny with a double die error, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Coin collecting can be an exciting and rewarding hobby, and as we've seen today, it can even lead to life-changing discoveries. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible story, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos about the fascinating world of rare coins and treasures. And if you've found any valuable coins in your collection, share your story with me in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, happy collecting!